Hey guys, it's Angelika here. So today's video is going to be me filming the books I've read so far in the year. I've read so far 19 books. I'm super excited to show y'all the books that I've read and my opinions on them. Okay y'all, the first book we have is It Happened One Summer. I started reading this December of last year and then I finished in January. I gave it a 4.8 out of 5. I have like little banters, the grumpy time sunshine, the characters, and I can't wait to read the second one. Overall, I would recommend this book. The next book we have is Take Me There. I actually got this book from my teacher, my English teacher in my junior year, and I finally read it this year. I gave it a 2 out of 5. It's a YA book, but it was like one of the worst YA books I ever read. I hated the characters. The characters were literally like 17 and 16 years old, something like that. But they acted like they were in middle school, like they were so immature. The cliche, best friends fall in love, But, I mean, if you want like a cringe, little like YA book, this is the book for you. I'm sorry, I just did not like this book. I was expecting more from it, and it just didn't get it. This book we have, oh my god, I love this book. One of my top books of the year. So this one's called How to Survive Your Murder. It's a hardcover book. I love, this is my favorite hardcover book. Like, it's so, like, I just love the cover. I give this book a 6 out of 5 because this book deserves the hype. I believe it came out last year, so it's not that old. But it's about the story of this girl, like these two sisters. It's like Halloween, and they go to a party, but they go separate ways, like separate entrances. And it's like killed her sister, and she sees like the killer, and she thinks it's the other guy. But then she goes through this whole thing where like she was about to go to like to court or something to like, because she was like the witness. She saw like who it was, and she goes unconscious, and then like she like repeats the same day, and it's like all like her trying to figure out what actually happened, like why they did it and stuff. But then there's a plot twist. The plot twist was amazing. Like, I did not see it coming. Overall, I would definitely recommend. The next book we have is The Honeymooners. I kept seeing this on my For You page, people hating on this book, and then after I read it, like I came in like the book being like, oh, I'm gonna hate it, but no, I give this a 5 out of 5. It was amazing. Like, I don't know why people were hating on it, but it's about this so this girl, her sister, she was gonna get married, right? But then turns out he was cheating on her, so then the honeymoon trip gets canceled, obviously, and like they give it to, because they didn't want to make it go to waste because they couldn't cancel it and stuff. So, oh, and it's her twin sister, actually. It's her twin sister. And so she gives it to her sister, the one that was getting married, or got married, gave it to her other sister, like her twin sister, and she went with groom's brother, and they hated each other. Like, it's like an enemies to lovers trope, but they hated each other, and then they go on this trip, and there was no reason to hate this book. Like, I love this book, so I would definitely recommend you reading this book. The next book we have is Funny You Should Ask. Okay, I did not like this book at all, but I love the cover. Like, it's so beautiful. But, from what I remember, honestly, I didn't really get a lot from it, but I just know it was like dealing with like acting and like glamorous LA life, and then I think it was just like her and some other guy fell in love. I honestly don't know what the book was about. I hated how like throughout the book there's like little like articles, and they were so irrelevant to the story. Like they didn't, I don't know. I think my rating for this book was a 2 out of 5. I would not recommend. I honestly would not recommend unless you want like a cute little like book, like it's so cute, So the next book we have is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my god, I give this a 1 billion out of 5 because it was just so amazing. My top 5 books of the year. Honestly, I'm so excited it's gonna be turned into a movie. This lady, she's like famous, and now she's being interviewed because she's like old, and she's like been like, she came from like the very bottom, and then she like got high, like she started from nothing, and then she became this really famous, rich, popular actress. and it talks about her whole story, how like she came from like this horrible family, and then how she moved to LA, like her husbands too. She goes about talking about her first husband and how like each one has like a whole like purpose of her like helping her become rich, you know, and then all the struggles that she went through. Also a plot twist. I recommend this book. I love this book, and if you hate it, I'm not gonna. The next book we have is The Cheat Sheet. This is such a cute YA romance. So it's like this best friends, you know, turn into lovers. Two best friends. He's a football player and she's a dancer. Liked her for so long, but she's gone through dates and stuff, and he thinks that she doesn't like him back. I give this a 5 out of 5. It was so good. It was a cute little YA. It was a special edition. It did come with a bonus chapter, I believe. So we have is The Perfect Marriage. This is a psychological suspense. So I rated this a 3 out of 5, I think. No, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. And it was kind of slow, but then I'm like, when you don't see it like reading, if you're actually like, you know, it gets interesting. But it was really like intriguing to read. Like it was really getting intense towards like the halfway towards the book. But then there's a plot twist, so we're gonna have to read to see the plot twist. We have is this is where it ends. The warning also, it's about a school shooting. I was really expecting a lot from this book, but my rating for this book I believe was a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know, I was expecting a lot more from it, and it just talks about points of view of all like the different children that were there that day, and that like did it was a student of there, like of that school. It was like a brother of a girl. I don't know why, I just gave it a little reading because it just wasn't, I didn't cry, making me like have an emotional connection with the characters and stuff. But I feel like people should still read this because it does come like, you know, with a message. The next book we have is a poetry book. A poetry book, Milk and Honey. So I actually got this at the thrift store and I found this and I was like, I've been always like intrigued to read it because I think it came out when I was like in middle school or something, and I was always intrigued to like read it, and I'm so glad I found it. But I rated it a 5 out of 5. It was so good. I actually like did little like highlighting and like little notes in some of the pages. It just talks about like the process of a relationship, how like it's all love, and then like going through a heartbreak and how it can be really horrible, and then, you know, trying to heal after that. And the words, just the words, and then also like it got really amazing art. It's just a really beautiful poetry book, just so amazing. So I would definitely recommend. The next book we have is a Colin Hoover book. You know, it's kind of like I would confess, I kept getting it like on my For You page and seeing how good it was, so I was like, let me grab it when there was like a Target sale, and I did give it a 5 out of 5. This girl that she was like trying to find a job because
yeah, she like lost a bunch of stuff, but she like went from like cutting everything to like having nothing at all, and then she finds
it was a good Colin Hoover book. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Moving from that, we're gonna have a little spicy book, The Deal. So this is the first book of the off-campus series, and let me tell you, it was so good. But it's about this 2 college students. So y'all need to read it. The next book I have is, I didn't finish, this is a DNF book. It did get me into a reading slump in April. It is called Book Lover. I got only 148 pages, so like I did read a lot, so it was not even like this much. Like, y'all can hate me about hating this book. I tried. I used DNF like this. I never wanted to DNF a book, but this one I just had to because anyway, after getting out of reading slump, April I read another book, but we got back into the grind and I read Twisted Love, the first book out of the Twisted series. 5 out of 5. I recommend y'all to start the series if y'all haven't. I know I'm kind of late to the game, but it's fine. So this is about brother's best friend trope. Read the book. The next book we have is Jenna McCurdy's memoir, I'm glad my mom died. This destroyed me in the best possible way. 5 out of 5. Like, if I could even more, I would like yawn to read this book. She talks about her family life and how obviously like her mom and her whole like her journey through becoming an actress and how she was forced into doing it, and really it was a really toxic relationship she was having with her mom, and she didn't know about it until like her late 20s, and like not late 20s, not late teens, early 20s. Another top of my favorite book list for this year. The next book we have is Twisted Games, the second book in the Twisted series. This is like bodyguard trope, forbidden love. This is the princess Bridget's love story, and it talks about her like she's a princess obviously, and she gets a new bodyguard, and she of course falls in love with him. Keep in mind, this is super freaking spicy. Next book we have is Daisy Jones and the Six. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 because I was expecting more from it. I got it because I wanted to watch the show, but I have to read the book first before watching the show, so I grabbed this and it was good, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. It just talks about like different, it was kind of hard for me also to catch up with like all the characters, because like in one page you really have like 5 different characters point of views, but it talks about how like it was 6 people in this band, and it talks about like in the beginning like all like their little love stories, and then not their love stories, oh my god, their life stories, and then how like they got introduced to Daisy Jones, and then like they became a band. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did with Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Next one we have is another poetry book. It's called Awake a Dream. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. My dad actually got this for me because he's friends with the author. He actually got it signed, you know. Yeah, it has like a little thing here, but the art is amazing as well for this one. Like, but it just talks about
like different series, like book. It is a book.
And it's I didn't understand poetry, no, that was just my fault. The next book we have is the second book of the Summer and Pretty trilogy. It's Not Summer Without You. Super excited for season 2 coming up. I give this a 5 out of 5. Amazing, you know, cute YA book. The last book I've read, Murder Most, Texas. There are 16 cases that happened here in Texas. One of them, like, literally the husband ordered to leave his wife because like he didn't want to divorce her to go like with the other girls. So you know what he did? He gave her like, he made her like a drink. I don't know if it was like a smoothie or something, and he put like this, I don't remember the name of like the chemical or whatever, it was like a bomb, and she drank it. And then when she was like driving, they had 3 sons, and then he took 2 of the children, and she was with one of the sons in the car, and while she was driving she literally exploded. It's a 3.5 out of 5. So really hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showing y'all my reviews and kind of talking about the books that I've read so far this year. Hopefully it has motivated you to read or to, you know, recommend this book to y'all.
Yeah. I don't have no